Good evening and welcome to Whisky Lover Society with me, Gert Retief, and tonight we are looking at some winter warming whiskies. Now, I just had a fantastic week in Lebanon, in the city of Beirut, and I can tell you the weather was perfect. 31 degrees in the daytime. Sun goes down, doesn't go less than 27 at nighttime. You can go for a nice stroll, warm outside, fantastic weather. Got onto the aircraft Saturday morning, landed in Belgium, Brussels. It's raining, it's coldish. Took a taxi home, got out of the vehicle, soaked within 25 meters, soaked already. And I realized, yep, the summertime is almost over. Winter is approaching, and of course with that, the cold is going to be here. It can get bloody cold here in Belgium, and even at my house, not a well insulated house, so the temperature drops at nighttime quite low, freezing cold, no fire, no nothing to keep you warm. Only thing that keeps you warm here in Belgium is gas or electricity. Well, in my home anyway. And I had a shock of an electricity bill last month of 1,700 euros plus the additional money that I paid every month. So yeah, we need to find something else to keep warm. And of course, whiskey, definitely not going to cost me 1,700 euros. In addition to what I've paid 200 a month already. Can you imagine? So how much whiskey I can buy for 1,700 euros? I was in total shock. So that made me think, what can keep me warm this coming winter? We have this war going on, and of course electricity going up, and gas is going up, and everything is going up. And of course, well, whiskey is the answer. Well, don't tell everybody, but yeah, whiskey could be the answer. And today I'm talking about my 5 top whiskies that will warm the body and soul during this coming winter of 2023. Now, I did pour myself one of them already, a nice light one on camera, and the lightness, it's not shouting, it's winter time, it's winter time. But on the nose is a different story, but I will come back to this one a little bit later on. So my 5 plus the one that I've got in my glass. And I'm going to start, no particular order. It's not from the best to the worst, although some of them are just fantastic. And I'm going to start off with the first one, Talisker. This is something that I've come to really like. It is a nice smoky whiskey. It's a Talisker 8-year-old natural cask strength, 59.7% ABV, natural color, non-chill filtered, smoky peated, and of course something that I do like on this one. Of course, not a cheap one. I think it's about 120, maybe 129 euros somewhere there for a bottle. So definitely not cheap, but that warmth, the heat, the citrus note, the sweet notes, that peat note, absolutely fantastic. And of course, with that high ABV, oh, it warms the mouth, it warms the stomach, it glows through the system as soon as you pour this one. So definitely the Talisker 8-year-old single malt, something that I do like. And I do like the bottle design with the dragons on. And of course, they also have the nice tubes. I think I'm a little bit drawn to the nice designs that they have. It's a special release 2021, something that I got as a gift from one of my colleagues, and I really appreciate it, and maybe appreciate it a little bit too much. So that is my first whiskey. The second one, I've got them all stacked here. I'm not sure which one to go, but I think The next one on my list is an independent bottle, the Adelphi selection. This is from Ben Rinnes, 10-year-old. It is bottled at 53.2% ABV. Sherry cask, sherry, still sherry monster, natural color, non-chill filtered. And just look at that dark amber color coming out. And of course, something that really warms you up. And it really warms you up with a purpose. If you're into sherried whiskies, there's something definitely that I would recommend. Try the independent bottler. Try that independent bottler that takes a whiskey from a nice distillery. They have a nice base that they start off, and then they try to improve on it. And I think they do a very good job, especially Adelphi. If you haven't tried them, give them a go and see what they can do with a normal distilled bottle whiskey. The next one on my winter warmer whiskey, it has to be another sherry monster, Jura Verbay. Oh my word, it is fantastic. Not so high on the ABV, but it's warm, it's heat, it's hot, it's that sugary sweetness. Pedro Jimenez cask, 44% ABV. Jura, 1 liter bottle, and I can tell you, sugar monster, sherry monster. It's got that little bit of a tire note, that little rubbery note, but it disappears fast. Pour it, my word, it is sweet. And I do like a sweet whiskey. I like a whiskey that gives you that oomph, that sweetness, on the sweetness, that cherries note, that the raisiny note, that sweetness, definitely the one to try. The next one on my list, and I cannot go any review without mentioning them. The Baines whiskey, Pedro Jimenez. Again, Pedro Jimenez. Yeah, I'm like a broken record. I do like my sweet whiskey. 18-year-old. Bottled at 50.5% ABV, special release, 1 liter bottle, and of course comes from South Africa. And of course this is a single grain whiskey. Think bourbon type of notes, think sweetness, think butterscotch. Oh my word, it is just fantastic. It's a lot like a well-matured Jack Daniels type of nose. It is spicy, it's sugary, and it is something that I can just smell forever and ever and get so much out of this bottle. And of course that 50.5% ABV helps quite a lot. The next one on the list, and you cannot do a winter warmer whiskey without looking at Abelauer. This is the Abelauer Abuna. This was batch number 58, 61.1% ABV. A little cork mishap. I think it was standing on the window. I didn't realize that, and the sun just heated up a little bit of the cork, so I couldn't get it out. But this one is a monster. If you put it in your mouth, it just disappears. It's like it evaporates of the high ABV. It's sweet. It's a sherry monster. I didn't think it was possible, but this one definitely, it's got Spanish Oloroso sherry, non-chill filtered, natural color. And of course, if you open up this one, oh my word, it is shockingly sweet. It is a little bit like sherry that they proved up to be a whiskey and not the other way around. And it is fantastic. And it seems the longer that I have this bottle, there's a little bit of an oxidization taking place. And it becomes like raisins on raisins on raisins. Oh, and it is so lovely sweet. So something that I don't drink a lot of. Definitely, I keep it for winter time. Small dram, nice light pour, and of course you give it a go, and you're not going to look back. Now this is batch 58. There's plenty to go for the future. But this one particular for me was fantastic. So that brings me to the last one. I've done 5 already. So the last one is a little bit of an afterthought. I don't have a full bottle, hence it did not make the top 5 for me. If I had a full bottle, I think this one would definitely be right up there, maybe even number 1. In this small wee dram, I did buy another sample of it. Can't really afford the full bottle. Paid quite a lot of money for the sample, €13.50. I'm talking about Octomore 8.1. Oh my word. Now, I'm not a big fan of Lefroy. I just cannot stand the notes of it. And I'm not a big fan of really smoky whiskey. Talisker was for me nice. And when I ran into a bottle of the Octomore 6.1, oh, fantastic. When I tried the 13.1 and now the 8.1, I did a review on them. And I liked it so much, I bought another sample. And oh, it is just fantastic. The sweetness, that peat is there. And the funny thing is, it is highly peated. But yet for me, it doesn't feel that highly peated. On the taste, you put it in, it explodes, gone. There's a sweetness, a citrus note. That peat is there, little tarry, little bit of a TCP note, a little bit of a hospital note, a little maritime note, a little bit of a spicy note, and it is just hot. And I can feel that small little sip. I can feel my core temperature lifting up already. Wintertime dram, this is going to keep me warm all winter. So that is my short, quick list on my 5+1 winter warmers. What is the ones that you grab when it's getting really cold? Now I'm from South Africa, and in South Africa, when it's winter time, we grab a bottle of Old Brown Sherry, Sedgwick's OBS, Old Brown Sherry. That will keep you warm in winter. Well, I've upgraded myself, going for the whiskey. So let me know in the comment what is your winter warmer whiskey or winter warmer drink, and I see you next time. Cheers.